On this week's episode of the K-12 Tech Talk podcast, we talk about state-mandated AI policies before attempting to talk about the start of the school year, although we went off the rails a bit and ended up making a children's book about Grumpy Josh. Thanks for listening.
Live from the NTP studios, this is the K-12 Tech Talk podcast. This is episode 227. We're in the thick of it, man. It's back to school. I am Josh.
We're in the thick of it.
What was that?
Kid show?
That was a TikTok sound.
Really?
I know your TikToks.
He's addicted to TikTok, isn't he?
The Backyardigans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Backyardigans, but is that from the Backyardigans?
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Did you just hear him Google that answer right before he said it?
Yeah, you could hear him typing. He types
We
a
can
book.
hear you typing, Chris. Nice try.
Well, I got called out.
Yeah.
This is episode 227. I'm Josh, tech director here in Missouri. Chris, the one typing through the entire episode. Hi, Chris.
Hey, what's up?
and Mark.
How are you?
Yeah, I don't have anything funny to say about Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hi. Do you guys have kids yet? I mean, let me
I have
rephrase that question.
19-year-old. Yeah.
Do you have students yet?
No. We have students Monday.
Teachers are back.
Teachers are back. Yeah.
All of them.
You know, yeah, it's funny. Yesterday, I cannot remember who I had this conversation with, but I was talking about how cyclical K-12 technology is. Like, we go this summer, there might be 20 people on campus. I know, Mark, for you, it was different in Boston, but we might have 20 people on campus that are using computers at any given time in the month of July. Like, it's super lean. We're doing projects, right? That's when we're replacing a firewall. That's when we're doing wireless work, that kind of stuff. Then in August, in the span of 2 weeks, this is not news to anyone listening. In the span of 2 weeks, we go from 20 users to 4,000 users. And we are in the middle of that transition right now. And it's partially a transition for my department and wrapping our heads around managing the chaos again. But it's just, getting everybody back in their rooms. And we'll get deeper into this in a minute. But it is a shift. It is. I spent time in business world, real world, whatever you want to call it. And it's a constant workload there. Like you don't have these. We're going from 20 users to 4,000 users in 10 days time. This is one of the unique things about K-12 technology that I don't believe exists in the business world, except for maybe like a baseball stadium or some massive venue where you have 40,000 people showing up on it for a nightly event or something. But not like in healthcare or a typical office job, right? You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah. The only exception, though, I found, and this was so odd, is the first day of school. I guess it's not that odd. The first day of school was always the quietest.
Absolutely.
No one's calling with problems. All the teachers are focused right on the kids. So they're like, we'll call after school when there's an issue. We'll wait.
Yeah. You have the ticket dump at 3:45 where there's 1,000 tickets that get submitted. Yeah. And
you go from probably the worst day of the year, which is the day before school starts, to the quietest.
Well, day before school starts here, our teachers are off. So tomorrow, we're recording this Thursday evening. Teachers been back all week. New teachers started last week. Our teachers are off tomorrow.
Because of open house?
Which is Friday. Open houses have been all this week.
Mm-hmm.
Our teachers are off tomorrow, which is Friday. Students come back Monday. And my wife's district is very similar. They get the day off the day before students come back.
Do most teachers come in and set their classroom up, though?
I wouldn't say most, because classrooms are already set up because we've already had open houses.
Just the tryhards. Yeah,
I mean, it's the ones that love their jobs, like they're going to be in no matter what.
That was nice. Yes.
It's those folks. And there will be teachers that go and drink Bloody Marys all day long the day before kids come back, just to mourn the last days of summer. You're
looking at your wife. Is she
I
going to
am
school
looking
tomorrow
at my
or
wife
not?
right now. I'm side-eyeing my wife right. Yeah, because yesterday was one of her final days off before meetings started, or day before yesterday, and she spent a good part of the morning drinking Bloody Marys with her friend. Yeah. And texting me while they're doing, like, thanks, guys. I'm working my butt off. Anything else? Whatever.
It's fine.
Any thoughts? Hey, we're doing this, Chris?
I'm just tired, man.
You look beat, man. You look really beat.
But you know who's not beat is Managed Methods. Go to managemethods.com. They can help you out with your cybersecurity and your safety in your school. They can give you easy, affordable cybersecurity and student safety monitoring. Check out managemethods.com to help out with your Google environment, your Microsoft environment, and more.
No, the right intro there would be, you know who you can't beat? Managed Methods.
I tried.
That's how you do it.
I tried.
Mark, you want to give us some news? It's kind of slim pickings this week, you said. Not much going on. I mean, the DOE doesn't exist anymore, so we're not going to get any news out of them.
No. I mean, there's a lot of national stuff going on, but not a lot in the world of K-12. One thing I feel like we have talked for months about schools having to adopt cell phone free policies. Well, Ohio is going to lead the way, and now they're going to add one more to the books. They need all school districts to have an AI policy by next year.
Boom.
So school districts will there's a little bit of funding to help them with planning, but to be honest with you, districts just need to suck it up and create a policy. And there will be some supports and a model policy that districts can adopt. Are we going to go through this now where suddenly we now have a new policy sweeping across the country and all school districts now need to adopt this on top of a no cell phone policy?
Hey, let's get through the no cell phone policy first. I will say it was 2 or 3 years ago. I guess it was 2 years ago. Ohio has always been on kind of the leading edge of legislating cyber stuff. Like 2 or 3 years ago, they came out with their cyber protections or cyber requirements for small business and public entities. They were one of the first states, if not the first state, I think, to establish those laws at a state legislature level and signed by the governor. Mr. DeWine has advocated for that continually, and I think this is just an evolution of that. I think more states, looking at you, Missouri, could take a page out of Ohio's playbook when it comes to some of this legislation. Whether this AI legislation is needed, I don't know. I think schools likely are going to have an AI policy no matter what. But I think some of the mandated reporting stuff for cyber incidents and stuff like that, minimum controls, they were on the forefront of that cutting edge legislation. I think it was 2 years ago.
I just, some of it gets interesting when you're forced to have like AI policy, because we've unpacked that our technology policy might very well already cover what AI policy would be.
Agreed.
And then we're really, the whole, was it just AI? Is it degenerative stuff? Like, what are we even talking about?
Did you say degenerative stuff?
Yeah, degenerative stuff. As those different things come out, like, what are we going to talk about? Again, are we going to have a policy for each and every different new thing with AI that comes out? Our school has AI policy and regulation now that came from our school attorney. And I thought it kind of funny because I was being the one that was like, hey, we don't really need that. It fits into our current usage agreement. And then the board was introduced to one by the school attorney. And now I'm all about the thing. And I just did our back to school meetings and I shared all about the policy and the regulation and the different levels of use that we're now going to have in our classrooms.
Yeah.
So I just think it gets mixed bag when you're like, you have to have one.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement, especially when it comes to something like this nebulous thing that is an AI policy. Like, what does it really need to say or do? I think it's a different conversation when you're saying a policy or legislation around minimum controls that you have to meet, because that's a betterment of protection for everyone involved. I think this AI policy, just to say that you're going to have a policy about usage of AI, is a little bit different than establishing a benchmark or a minimum. Hey, you have to have MFA. You have to do these certain things. I think those are two different conversations. Yeah, but I agree, Chris. This a nebulous AI policy, really, who is it helping? What is it doing? I don't know.
Yeah, I think if you're going to write a very, very high level, like 30,000 foot look at what AI in our district looks like and that kind of stuff, and keep it to a page or less, then sure, that's fine. That's something you can set your priorities forward with. But if you're going to put this gigantic policy in place filled with details and tools that you're going to use and all that kind of stuff, you're just going to have to update it every 6 to 12 months. So I'm a little against the policy idea for AI if it is something where you're going to put everything, your heart and soul into a policy that has everything. But I do think it's worth it for a district to just say, here's what we believe in AI. But yeah, if that's not your definition of a policy, then don't go through that.
Well, I think that's a good point, Mark. The pace at which things are changing and tools are either being enhanced or deprecated. Like you could say we're going to use XYZ, and 2 months from now that then morphed into 3 separate products. Are you going to go back and edit an AI policy that had to be board adopted and read 3 times? Like, Missouri, we have to read it 3 or 4 times at public board meetings. Like, it's not a simple thing to adopt or modify a board policy. But I think that's a great point, because at the rate these tools are changing and being enhanced or features being lost, you definitely don't want to be that specific in your policy.
One of my biggest, we're starting the school year. So we had these 4 levels that we're now told we're going to follow.
Yeah.
So the top is no AI for students, which the statement has been that we're starting the school year with no AI for students. Kind of. Because we have Canva for middle school and high school kids, and it has an AI component. I at my meetings, I kept saying, I make a poster that says BAM, and then I click the little help me Canva, and it says try using powwow.
Sure.
That's AI. AI did that.
Yeah.
So we just said that as a district, we're at no AI for students, but it's not really true, because we're allowing Canva AI, and we have no issues with that. And no one has an issue with letting Canva's AI help make a poster better. But now we have a policy that says if you're going to do that, that's actually level 2, and the student has to cite his work that he used AI to help with his poster. Again, policy and regulation is now going to complement something that we could have just said we're cool with Canva because that's under our approved apps. That's in our tech user agreement already, whatever. We could have just been rolling hard, but now we have to worry about what does it also match up with what the AI policy and regulation are saying.
All right. What else? What do you got, Mark?
All right. Coming from the other side of the country, San Francisco is facing a lawsuit from their union. And this is a lawsuit that normally I wouldn't kind of bring this up in the news section, but San Francisco has had a Dickens of a time over the last few years. Yeah, I use the phrase Dickens to describe this. Over their ERP implementation, their payroll.
I'm looking
system.
that up.
Go for it. Their payroll system has gone through a lot of challenges in recent years, and now the union is saying, hey, we're fed up of teachers not getting paid, and so they are filing a labor complaint over the San Francisco Unified School District. This new system cost them $20 million,
Whoa.
and it is a replacement of their $35 million system that never actually went fully live, or it did go fully live, and it led to a bunch of issues. So now you've got a school district in the last 5 years spending over $50 million on 2 challenging, I will say, ERP implementations. And the first one led to the district declaring a state of emergency in the fall of 2022.
Wow.
So good luck to our friends in San Francisco. I know we've got some listeners from there that listen to the podcast, and so we are thinking of you during these challenging times. But please just stop changing your ERP. Just buy one and stick with it.
That's crazy.
Calm down.
That's it for the news. The only other major thing that happened, kind of related to K-12, is ChatGPT 5 came out. This is their newest model, their newest and biggest, most complex model. One of the kind of key features of ChatGPT 5 is it unifies all of their different models into one user interface. So no matter how you use it, you're always going to get the right model for the right task that you're asking it for. And they did also launch just now, or just recently, integrations to Gmail and Google Drive and Google Calendar. So now you can ask it to ask questions. So my first thought was, wow, are they Are they going after the Google customer? Is this something that we're going to see competition between ChatGPT and Gemini? But when you go to ChatGPT's website, it feels very much like a college-focused priority for them, not necessarily K-12. So are we going to end up in a situation where many students are learning and using other AI tools and then getting to college and suddenly, I've got to learn a whole new AI platform, just like we have the same challenge with communication collaboration suites?
I don't know that it's fair to say that now, because I still think at the rate things are changing, there will be other AI tools that will be adopted in the business realm. You know, if you figure kids entering high school, they've got 6 to 8 years before they enter business world. Is ChatGPT going to be the same ChatGPT that we see 6 years later that we see now, or Gemini? You know, insert your favorite AI tool.
True.
I don't know that that's a fair worry at this point.
You're not worried, Josh?
No, I worry about plenty of other things, like the latest Fortinet or FortiGate, FortiOS, and FortiSeam vulnerability. If you have a Forti device, doesn't matter what, read the latest vulnerability alert, patch your stuff. I'm going to be patching my firewall here in about 6 minutes.
Do it live, please.
I might.
I don't know if this is a good idea. You guys both like to make production changes while recording the podcast.
Yeah, I've got my zero trust access.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It makes me very nervous.
Buckle up, boys.
Yeah.
By the way, CTL, the news was brought to you by CTL. Did you like that, Mark? They can give you Chromebooks. They can help you with your Chromebooks for your kids, for your teachers. They can give US-based support, eco-friendly materials in their devices, energy efficient as well. They can give you Chromebooks, customized Chromebooks. I have a CTL Chromebook that I really like, a Chromebook Plus Chromebook. So check out ctl.net.
Josh, you look distracted tonight.
I'm trying to find
He's in his firewall.
No, not yet. Actually, I do have that pulled up.
He hasn't looked at the screen all night long. He's looking off to the side.
Look at me, Josh.
I'm trying to compare travel insurance.
Right now?
I can do more than one thing at a time.
No, you can't.
That's why I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out.
Goodness.
You're not paying attention.
We are here.
I have been taking part.
Live in this moment.
Whatever. Okay, I will move that screen.
Josh, what's bothering you right now?
Nothing. I have great relationships with all of my coworkers and contracting people.
Shout out contractors.
Your sarcasm doesn't hide well. We know it's an awful time of year, and we thought, why don't we use this episode to talk about what are those things that you're dealing with in back to school, and then how do you get through it? What are those creature comforts that you look towards, or what are those little things, little tips and tricks that you can help get yourself through the day? Josh, we know you've been stressed.
Yeah, bourbon and vitamin.
We got the chat to prove it.
Magnesium gummies and bourbon.
All throughout the day?
That's the therapy.
I've been drinking a lot of Prime.
Oh, no.
Like the hydration drink?
Yeah. It's a new thing in our house.
Okay.
Makes me feel okay.
Mark, what's your concern with magnesium supplements and bourbon?
I don't know anything about magnesium supplements. I should be taking them.
You've never tried magnesium supplements?
I feel like that's the kind of thing that's going to make you go to the bathroom.
No. Well, it can. It can be
the opposite. I haven't peed in 7 days.
No, it can be a laxative. No, there is a product. There is a product that you can get at Walmart, over the counter, Walmart, called Calm. They are gummies. They are a magnesium supplement. So a loved one of mine takes one in the morning and in the evening. I wanted to try one just to see what this experience is like, right? Because my loved one takes 2 a day. I came home at lunch one day and took one, went back to work. I could not move out of my chair after one. They are it zoned me out, relaxed me to no end. Yes. So if you are super stressed at work, go to Walmart, buy some Calm gummies. You can take 4 a day. I just start with 1.
If you'd like to email this segment to Josh's superintendent, that email address is
No,
I
this
take
was a
these
long
things
time
and then I
ago.
do nothing.
This was a long time ago.
And I haven't peed in 7 days. But I do have the diarrhea.
I love how it was like, what do you have, like a practice or a tool?
I was gonna
or
say-
a
what are
thing
you
that
like,
have? You're like,
medication? What are you looking for, Mark?
I get a piece
Here's
of
my-
paper out and I prioritize my day with an old-fashioned piece of paper and an ink pen. That's what my answer is.
Josh
How do I
goes
get through stress?
straight to the liquor cabinet in the drug aisle.
Chris, you need to try Calm Gummies. It will make you a new person.
I'm good with my piece of paper and ink pen and some and a good Spotify playlist.
Nope. Chris, you need to try Calm Gummy. You'll sleep like a baby.
A couple energy drinks.
No, it's the opposite of energy drink.
I heard. You told me all about it. It seems like the complete opposite. Mark, you got to dig us out of this thing. What was the question even?
See, you guys wanted me to pay attention. This is what you get.
How do you handle back to school stress?
Yeah, but it was more of like, do you,
okay, Josh.
do you have workplace practices that you could share?
Let's frame this thing up.
Yeah, my alcohol consumption has gone through the roof in the last 2 weeks.
Let's talk
I'm just
about,
saying.
Josh, what do you do during the school day
Well,
to
we
help
just
with
established he's going home and taking gummies and then going back to work.
No, I got it. I can help. Josh, during the school day, what school things do you do to help you get through school stress?
I go in my office, close the door, and use colorful language.
Okay. We're getting somewhere.
That's a strategy, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in the office with you?
No, I have a private. I mean, we have a suite, but my office it's a private office.
How many emails are in your draft? Like angry emails are just in a draft folder?
I don't use drafts that way. Nah.
Okay.
No.
'Cause those are
hit
saved.
send. I when I'm in the moment
Those
and
are
I'm in a rage
those are in the Google Vault.
when I'm in a rage-filled moment, I just send it full send. You're getting the rage, man. You want the dragon, you're getting it.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I mean, clearly, I shared with you guys the email I sent last night. Like, there was no filter there.
No, there was no filter on that email.
I do catch myself with back to school, and I stand by it and I understand, but I'm pretty short. I'm pretty direct.
Absolutely.
In tickets and then responses because we're just chugging, right? But one of my guys came back and said that a teacher made mention of not liking my tone in an email, and I went and looked back at it. I had tone. I guess I did, but I just had it was just a straight sentence. It was just the answer without anything extra.
Yes.
I did talk to I did the back to school meetings with my schools, and we talked about Magic School and even like the Gemini, the Google Classroom stuff, and how you can, take your email and say, can you make this nicer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them how, they should do that. And then, when they're frustrated about their smart board, make it nicer to send to me. And I said, no, I'm going to make, AI make my email back to them. And we're just going to have the robots talk back and forth.
I think you should match the tone. If it comes to you in angst and pissiness, it goes back that way.
Josh,
I don't know if that's the greatest advice.
Yeah, let's turn this one back on you. Josh, did you send any emails this week that resulted in the same tone email coming back to you?
Several. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you learn from that experience?
I love it.
It is that time of year. This is what we're unpacking. It's a hard time of year.
Hey, Chris, we have a friend that took that took up smoking this week. He went to
I hadn't
the
heard
gas
that
station
yet.
and got a pack of Marlboro Reds and has started smoking cigarettes this week.
Like smoking, not even the vape.
Not even weed, not even the calming. Yeah, like tobacco, Marlboro Reds. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best advice either.
Not even weed, as if like, oh yeah, the tobacco is way worse than smoking weed.
I mean, it causes cancer.
Where has this episode gone?
Listen, this is what I'm going to tell you guys I do.
Josh, go back and look at your screen. It's cool.
This is how I get through my week. Okay? Real talk. For years I've done this. I don't know what size paper it is. It's not a standard piece of paper. It's a long piece of paper.
Like a legal pad, right?
Yes. Longer than legal pad, but yes.
They make those?
There's no lines. It's just plain white.
So you're going up the construction paper thing in the hallway and just ripping off like a 6 feet piece of paper.
Might to that, but it's in a big old stack. I get one of those pieces of paper out every day and I write down, this is what I'm trying to accomplish today. And then I look at my Google Calendar and I see this is what I said I was going to do today. And I try to scratch off as many of those things as I can.
Do you cry when you go home because of the lack of things that you accomplished that was on your calendar?
The Google Calendar gets me sometimes down because I have to keep moving a lot of things to the next day.
Sure.
So then it's bugging the tar out of me. And it makes me feel like I didn't accomplish what I said I was going to accomplish.
Man, we have used Dickens and tar in the same episode.
Pretty old school.
Yeah.
But I love the piece of paper. I love the feeling that when I'm pretty like not clean about scratching the thing that I accomplished out. I scribble it. Gives me a sense of accomplishment.
That's what we have a help desk.
Those are two things that I do to get through back to school.
Yeah. I take enjoyment in, the normal things.
Let me think of something else that would be productive.
Chris, I would recommend, I just found this out this week and it's like changed my morning, but go to Gemini, because I know you use Gemini, and Gems, and do productivity planner.
Oh, and it will be lovely.
It will give you at 8 a.m. a summary of what your day is going to look like based on your calendar and your emails and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
And it's actually very good. Not gonna lie. I mean, it's not perfect. Like it can't possibly predict your day, but it does a pretty good job. That could be your big piece of paper.
Mark, do you want to hit on the other Gemini gem? Well, not gem, but
it's a gem though.
Oh, Josh, I can't thank you enough for finding this one. The Gemini storyboards.
Storybook.
His storybook. Put in your day, put in a little quick story, and it makes a beautiful story. And so maybe, hey, this could be the time that Josh discovered magnesium supplements and bourbon. And we'll write a whole story about that.
Do it, Mark. So go to Gemini.google.com. If you haven't found this, I don't know. It's AI. It's this new thing. Gemini.google.com. In the prompt box, type in create a storybook about, and then whatever. Like the example that I've used with some teachers this week, the last couple of days, has been an ant and a giraffe go on a picnic. You can pick whatever nouns you want, whatever activity you want, whatever. Hit enter. It thinks for a couple minutes. It creates a 10-page board book, stiff page board book, 10 pages long, illustrations, all of it. And it's beautiful. Like I did one about, the prompt was about a K-12 tech director getting ready for the start of the school year. 10 pages of absolute poetry and images, illustrations, just beautiful. It's awesome. Mark, you said you've been playing with it like crazy this week.
Yeah, but I've been making all kinds of very inappropriate books based on past childhood experiences and sending them to my brother. So, not a very good model citizen at all. But
nice.
Hey, remember that time you did this to me as a child? Here's a storybook.
I still think about it. That's how all the books end, and I still think about it.
Clearly, it's caused trauma. So I guess, Chris, in this 2 weeks leading up to school, when everyone starts coming back, Mark, when you get the book back, please interrupt. How do you prioritize your day? Like you mentioned, you've got a calendar with items on your calendar of things that you want to accomplish in a day. Things are going to catch fire. Things are going to blow up in your face. How are you prioritizing your guys, operations of your department when you have open houses taking place, when there's a new wing in a building opening, when floors, something has to get moved because floors have to be re-waxed? How are you handling that?
I think one thing that I've done for the last couple years is usually about a week before, not a week before the teachers come back. I guess 2 weeks before the teachers come back. Cause there's that week before that when you start getting the new staff. But we usually do like a Friday lunch with the department. And then we go over every ticket that's still pending and every project that's still pending out there. And we kind of have a collective discussion about who's going to take on what to make sure we get to the finish line. So spend some time with the whole team to figure out what's not been accomplished that we know needs to be. Because sometimes I think some of that gets lost throughout summer of what we said was the priority in May. It does shift in June and July. So we need to get back on track for things. I had a school that had an office that I had no idea that a wall was added. And it was made into 2 rooms. And then here we are with school starting, and we have people in two rooms now.
Where's my phone? Where's the projector?
Yes, both need network cabling. And that was something that one of my guys knew about, but I lost. That didn't make it to me. That didn't make it into a ticket. That didn't make it into a project. But that's something that needs to be done before school starts. So having good conversation, good communication still, but calling time out. In these last couple of days, I would say, when we've gotten to be together very briefly as a team, it's usually been like sometimes in a hall or at the end of a meeting where we're doing quick side powwows. And I just think those conversations are like, it's end of the day conversation where we're all touching base really quick. I think just communication with your team is important.
Mark is dying laughing. Mark, I assume the book is done.
It's done. And I've already decided I'm putting it into the show notes. And I'm going to play the whole thing after this episode.
You're not going to tell us during this show.
Yeah, let me play a little snippet for you. It's that good.
Nurse Isabella listened patiently. Then she smiled and held out a jar filled with colorful, star-shaped gummies. Sometimes our bodies get a little grumpy too, she said gently. This is magnesium. It can help you feel calm and bright. Try one.
Calm and bright. I've described food as bright. Like I'm a foodie. Like I've described food as bright, never a person.
Well, if you're interested in learning more about this book, the book that I just penned all on my own and did all the graphic illustrations and artwork all on my own is called Grumpy Josh and the Magical Gummies. You can find it in the show notes.
Brilliant. I was just going to say this year, we have made more of an effort to get ahead of things. Like when maintenance gets done with rooms, we tried to be right behind maintenance and getting the computers in the classroom set up then, rather than waiting until teachers come back and waiting on that ticket to come in to set up those rooms. That's allowed us to be, I think, better prepared for this influx of tickets that happens over this 2 weeks when teachers do come back and they turn a projector on and it's purple, or, like we're not worrying about PC setup at this point. We're worrying about the other things that would have been a ticket at this point. I feel like, honestly, we're in a much better space right now. I think I told you guys before the show, we had hit just over 200 tickets between July 1st and sometime last week. And this week alone, I looked yesterday, we had 164 tickets closed. That's a lot to me. That's a lot for 3 guys. And honestly, I'm of no help because I'm constantly in meetings or making contractors mad or, whatever. So really it's 2 guys doing the work.
Yeah. We said ours was 90. I think it was 90 over like 3 months or summer, maybe 2 months, whatever. But then it was 90 tickets in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you've got 4 guys. You have more people than me.
One's infinite campus person, and really there's one. Really, Trevor is the one that runs around like a madman. That's hooking up the cable that didn't get plugged back in right. And those are all. What sucks about those tickets is most of them are like you got to go touch it.
Yes,
like you have to go into the room. You have to see. No, you're right. You can't remote in kind of thing.
We had a wing of a building added and open in the last week. So that's been a large amount of our work. New smart boards, the IFP panels, that's been a large amount of our work. And then another building had a number of classrooms renovated. So and they just came back ownership yesterday. So we're just now filling those classrooms with stuff yesterday and today. So there's been a big push over the last couple days for those rooms. And that it unfortunately feels like that's how just construction goes. It's always down to the wire when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, I feel good. I feel like we're in a good spot. We're, 2 days away from first day of school. At that point, everybody's going to be distracted when the kids show up. Their focus is on the kids where they should be. Getting them there, getting them fed, getting them home. Those first couple of days is the main priority. Yeah, we'll get through it. It'll be fine.
By the way, check out Visor, and they want to give a quick shout out to Stratford School District over here in Missouri. They've been using Visor for their IT asset management and their help desk for a while now. And Stratford does have some great things to say about Visor. They call it super efficient, a complete 180 change compared to what they used previously. If you go to visor.cloud/K12 Tech Talk, that's visor.cloud/K12 Tech Talk, you can check all things out about Visor, and they will send you probably a visor. We helped them invent that, as well as a K12 Tech Talk hoodie. We can hook you up with that. So check out Visor. In the show notes, we'll put some links to Stratford, to their case study.
Well, I will not be here for the next couple of weeks. Sorry, gentlemen. We are heading out for our last hurrah before we have to go back for our school year. So I will be out.
Is it a secret where you're going? Like, can we talk about this or no?
Because Josh is really excited.
Josh is very excited. My wife and I are doing the Alaska cruise.
Are you doing 2 weeks or only doing a week?
We're doing a week, but it just coincides where it's going to overlap both.
Do we need to solicit Juneau, Ketchikan, Skagway school districts? Mark's going to be in your town.
I mean, if there are any listeners from any of those towns.
We do have, who's the guy... Who's the Alaskan on Pro? Let's see.
And I've got like a random few hours in Victoria, Canada in the middle of the night. So if you are a late riser or a late one.
Remember when, I don't remember what conference it was, we had people following Mark around taking pictures and sending them to us?
I remember that.
What conference was that, Mark?
That was COSN.
Was it COSN?
Okay. Yeah, thanks for that.
So let's repeat this.
On K12 Tech Pro, we have Juneau, Anchorage, and...
You're not making it all the way up to Anchorage, are you?
Chicken.
We have Ketchikan.
Yeah.
Man, if you listen to this episode and you're from Juneau or Ketchikan.
And Dillingham. We could reach out to each of these. I should probably just do that.
I am 100% looking these guys up. 100% looking them up.
All
right. We're going to visit some listeners.
I want pictures of Mark in Ketchikan with listeners in front of the rain.
Four Alaskan... K12 Tech Pro members
in front of the rain gauge by the lumberjack show. Pictures of Mark. The more inconspicuous, the better. He better not know you're taking a picture of him. Juneau, same with you.
No, don't. Let's not do it. That's weird.
His wife is super nice. Feel free to approach his wife. She is a very, very sweet lady. Awesome lady. She likes to give Mark trouble. It would be hilarious for people to go up to Mark. Mark, can I get your picture? And have your wife there with you, because she will totally appreciate that.
Actually, talk about doing things live too. I'm going to add both of you to the Alaska Tech Talk on Pro.
There you go.
So you can post there and try to get get these folks to come.
So there you go. Juneau folks, meet Mark at Deckhand Dave's or Tracy's Crab Shack in Ketchikan. Take Mark salmon fishing. Yeah.
I love it.
Red Dog Saloon. Where is that? That's Juneau, I think, or one of those. Yeah. Whorehouses. Yeah, all of it, Mark. I want pictures of Mark everywhere. This is going to be great.
For you.
So should I tell my story?
Yeah, this story, because we needed a good story to wrap this thing up, is brought to you by Fortinet. Email fortinetpodcast@fortinet.com. This segment is called Josh's Great Story.
Ooh, I like that. I should get closer to the microphone and patch your Fortinet stuff tonight. So a couple days ago, let's backtrack. Back in July, we got guidance from our attorney that said we could delete old departed staff accounts that had been gone for more than 3 years. Awesome, great. I've been wanting to do this for a while. And I even made the joke at Midwest Tech Talk that I had deleted accounts, and people were like, oh, it's going to bite you in the butt. Like, it's going to bite you. No. Well, teachers come back, and I had a science teacher who was looking for assignments, and they had this shared folder. Well, I had deleted a science teacher that left us 4 years ago. And this science teacher that's still here, she calls me the other day and she's like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but all these folders that I had our assignments that we use every year, like all of our assignments for our curriculum, the folders are grayed out. They look really weird and I can't open them. It's giving me an error. It's like I can't access them. Did you do something weird? I'm like, no, I didn't really. I mean, I just deleted Jimmy's account and Larry's account, because they'd been gone forever, and we got a clearance from the attorney to do it. Like, whoa, I wonder if they still owned those files. after some digging and looking and magnesium gummies, yes, Jimmy and Larry did own those files. So I found out that Google has a 20-day window. When you delete an account, you can recover that account for 20 days. In my story, I was at day 27.
Nice.
So I had to sacrifice a small animal and pray to our Google gods, and they were able to recover 2 accounts for me. We got those science accounts back. Thank you, Google. Apparently, I am a valued...
Go ahead. Is that Google not following their deletion of data?
No, it was no. She said what they do is they mark the accounts at that 20-day mark. They go to a delete status, but as long as they're not overwritten in the database, they can go to engineering and ask that they be recovered. But it's not a guarantee. Full disclosure, they said like 15 times it is not a guarantee after the 20 days.
Okay, thank you, Google.
So if you delete an account, bank on the 20 days being the rule, because that is the rule. I hope I said that okay. So I sacrificed an animal and got on my knees, and they were able to recover those 2 accounts. But this has me thinking, those accounts had been suspended since the day those teachers' contracts expired. They had been moved to an archived state, but the file shares still were active. So my question to K-12, I posted this whole story, used yes, it's me, I am the problem as the topic over on K-12 Tech Pro.
A little T-Swift.
If you have a good solution as to, like, we don't want those shares to kind of languish. Like, the whole idea of deleting these accounts after a 3-year period is one, to get rid of a FOIA issue and a threat that those files are still out there. 2, to reclaim some storage in Google Drive. Like, that's a legit reason. So to me, when I delete the account and I'm asked, do I want to migrate the files over? No, I really don't, because I want to reclaim that storage, and I don't want these files to be out there just living forever. So I would love, if you have an answer as to what you are doing. Are you breaking shares when you suspend accounts? What are you doing? Go over Join Pro if you're not a member. Comment on my post. I made it last night. Tell me what you're doing. If you have a GAM script that is killing all the shares in an account when you suspend it, beautiful. Please tell me what that script is. I'm looking for ideas. I'm in our great Google masters. If you are listening, I would love feedback on this. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss at this point. I'm afraid to delete any more accounts, and I probably should be. Anything else, gentlemen?
Well, should we end the episode with a nighttime reading of
the book?
A reading of Grumpy Josh and the Magical
Gummies?
Go
ahead. Let's all mute ourselves so we don't step on the book.
Grumpy Josh and the Magical Gummies. Josh, the computer tech, did not like the first week of school. Beeps, boops, and forgotten passwords echoed in his ears. His office was a cave of tangled cables and grumpy sighs. Another year, he mumbled to a dusty monitor. "Morning, Josh," chirped Miss Anya, a teacher with a smile as bright as her yellow dress. "My projector is making funny purple spots." Josh didn't look up. "It's always something," he grumbled, grabbing his tools. Later, a small student named Leo peeked around the door. "Excuse me, Mr. Josh, my tablet won't turn on." Josh sighed a heavy, long sigh. "Did you try charging it?" he asked, without making eye contact. Leo nodded shyly and backed away. The library was even worse. The Wi-Fi was as slow as a snail in peanut butter. Every time he fixed one computer, another would start to flash and freeze. The line of waiting students just kept getting longer. Josh felt his shoulders bunch up to his ears. At lunch, Josh slumped onto a chair in the nurse's office. "I can't take it, Isabella," he moaned. "My brain is full of broken links, and my patience has logged off completely." Nurse Isabella listened patiently. Then she smiled and held out a jar filled with colorful, star-shaped gummies. "Sometimes our bodies get a little grumpy too," she said gently. "This is magnesium. It can help you feel calm and bright. Try one." Josh looked at the gummy. It looked like candy. "Right," he scoffed, but he was too tired to argue. He popped the star into his mouth. It tasted like sweet berries. He didn't feel any different. He just felt like Grumpy Josh. But the next morning, something was different. The sun streaming through Josh's window didn't seem so annoying. His shoulders didn't feel like they were trying to hide his ears. He felt quiet inside, calm. When Miss Anya appeared in his doorway again, holding a tangled laptop charger, Josh looked up and smiled. "Good morning, Miss Anya. Let's get that sorted out for you. Looks like a classic case of the cord monster." Even when little Leo returned, Josh knelt down to his level. "Let's be detectives and solve this tablet mystery together," he said kindly. After fixing it, he even showed Leo a fun drawing app. For the first time in a long time, Josh loved the beeps, the boops, and even the passwords.
We might not be the same. You share the same pain that I do.
The views and opinions expressed on the K-12 Tech Talk podcast are the personal opinions of Josh, Chris, and Mark, and do not represent the views or opinions of our sponsors or other organizations that we're affiliated with. The material and information presented here is for general information and entertainment purposes only. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
We were buying words about a phrase of the way and selling songs just as